Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for the industry update from the Nebraska Tourism Commission. My name is Lisa Karnatz. I'm the Business Development Consultant for Nebraska Tourism, and I'm happy that you joined us. Today our focus will be on the conference that is coming up this month on October 18, 19, and 20, located out in Gering, Nebraska. And so today that's what we will be covering, and we will be highlighting the speakers to let you know what all you will see there, and that you can also spread the information to your members or your volunteers of why they should also attend the conference. So thank you. If you do have questions during the presentation today, feel free to send them to Jen Jurdy at nebraska.gov. You can see her email there on your screen. And anytime that you think of one, just go ahead and send her. She's waiting for your emails. So anyway, here is the conference, Nebraska Travel Conference. And it's 2016 at the Gering Civic Center for Gering, Nebraska, October 18th through the 20th. That is a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The theme for the conference this year is Renewing Our Legacies. You can see it down there on the corner. And so first I wanted to share, what is the Nebraska Tourism Conference? It's an annual conference that we put on every year. We do get sponsors to help us support it, and its primary goals are to educate, connect, and innovate the members of the Nebraska tourism industry. It's a great time for people to come together and network. And so it actually moves around the state. We do solicitations for areas to host it. And so we will be having that application out again. So think about that if you are interested in hosting it. And next year it will be hosted by La Vista, which will be Sarpy County Tourism. And so watch for that at the conference. We hope to have applications sitting and available at the registration table. Who should attend the conference? If you happen to be watching this and you haven't attended, here's who should attend. It's very beneficial for Chamber of Commerces, who are always dealing with events in their community, county visitors committees, lodging properties and restaurants. We have speakers that come in and bring in information that you can utilize, destinations and attractions, festival and event planners. Actually, there's a couple speakers this year who will be talking directly on how to have an event and different things that you need to think about when you do that. Also nature tourism, nature-based tourism businesses, guides and outfitters. I know we have some new outfitters across the state, so it's going to be a great opportunity for them to come and network and find out some more what is happening in other places. Also working farms and ranches on the ecotourism and the agritourism industry side. Local government officials and employees. Always resource people, providers are always important for them to come and know what's happening in their areas. Economic development agencies also work hand in hand, and we actually have a great speaker this year who will be talking about partnerships that can happen between tourism entities and your local economic development organizations. Also others, regional associations and organizations, festival and event planners, which is on there twice, and everyone else. Anyone who is interested in tourism business, because we talk about marketing and the whole scope, business, best practices, and so anyone can come. Conference highlights. We're going to cover the highlights here, and I organized this to go day by day, and the conference this year has changed a little bit. We actually shortened the format, and you'll see that as I walk through it. I would like to highlight Tuesday, October 18th first, the conference and the schedule of events. These are the meetings. You can see on your screen the list of the different organizations that will be having meetings, and this slide and the next slide. They have the meetings on Tuesday afternoons, and if you go on to nebraska.com, visit nebraska.com/industry, scroll down to the bottom of the page and hit industry, you'll see the link for the Nebraska Tourism Conference there. And if you go in there, you will also see an agenda as to when these will start. And so the different groups having the meetings are the Nebraska Travel Association, And it is a combined meeting this year with the Nebraska Association of Convention and Visitors Bureau. This meeting always happens over a lunch, and so it is open to anyone. If you would like to come and find out more about these organizations as they have their meeting, you are more than welcome to join them. You will need to purchase your lunch for that meeting. The Nebraska Tourism Commission meeting will be taking place, I believe this is at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And this is where the director and the agency's 9 commissioners meet to discuss new tourism promotional and development projects. However, this year we do not have a director hired and on board yet. So it will be the commission, and so you might want to attend that to find out what is happening with the director for the new director search, and other activities that they are doing. The Nebraska State Scenic Byways meeting will also be hosted by the Sandhills Journey Scenic Byway, so you can learn more about their programs and what they have going on. The Nebraska Festivals and Events, if this might pertain to you, you are more than welcome to attend their meeting. We also have a newcomers orientation. This session is for first-time conference delegates. So if you are bringing somebody who is new to the conference, this would be a great opportunity to introduce them to an overview of the Nebraska Tourism Commission's programs and their services. We also have one more group that will be meeting that day, is the Lincoln Highway Scenic and Historic Byway meeting. And this byway extends from Omaha to Bushnell, and so if you are interested in that area, you are also more than welcome to sit in with them. Now on Tuesday, since this, the meetings start, the last one I think starts as early as 8 o'clock in the morning, and so Gering, being out west, has offered to do a shop around during the day. And so here's a little bit about the host Gering Convention and Visitors Bureau, what they have to say about the shop around. And they have a special shopping participation, not a game, but an activity that you can do and participate in. And I think most of the shoppers will be offering a discount. The shoppers who complete the most stops register for $100 free at any of the stores on the shop around. So if you happen to be out and this fits into your schedule, I would definitely encourage you to go see what Gering has to offer for stores. I know I was out there while we were planning the committee, doing the planning committee for the conference, and we found some really neat little stores in the community. There will also be a welcome reception on Tuesday, and this is hosted by the Gering Convention and Visitors Bureau. The reception runs from 4:30 to 5:30. It will be taking place in the Gering Civic Center lobby, where you can mingle and network with others. When you register, you will get to sign up for that evening where you want to eat, and this is a time where you can find others who have signed up. If you want to coordinate your eating meal out with other friends, then you can sign up, and this reception is where you can gather, and then you can all go down to eat. The eating is called the Dine Around Gering, and so they have some great hospitality and some food. They are well known for their food. And so Tuesday's Dine Around Gering in Scottsbluff offers conference attendees many choices. It's home to casual sports bars, voted 1 and 2 for Nebraska's best burgers. One is within walking distance of the Civic Center. Fine dining with extensive wine cellar offerings, scenic views of the golf course, and last time I ate, the Monument Grill, I believe it is called, the scenic views of the golf course. I ate there. It was very good. It was very nice atmosphere. And plus they have many Mexican restaurant places in Gering and Scottsbluff that you can eat. I like our CBB says that the finest area raised Nebraska beef is served at a steakhouse famous for Spuddy nachos. So that might be kind of interesting to try if you're into trying new different things. After that, when you're done eating back, if you happen to be staying at Monument Inn and Suites and the Hampton Inn, they are going to have a general manager's dessert bar. It will be served by the lodging there, and you will find a really tasty dessert when you get back, and that runs between 7 to 8:30. If you are staying at Super 8, you are more than welcome to join at one of these 2 other places. So that takes us That's a review of Tuesday, or preview. And Wednesday, October 19th, is when the big meat of the conference takes place. This is our first opening keynote. On your screen you can see John Schallert. John Schallert comes to us from the Front Range. We just happened to get him. One of my coworker Karen callers saw him in Hastings speaking, and we called, and by golly, he had an opening, and we were able to fit him in. We got him pretty quickly, which is really happy. I just attended another event here in Lincoln, and somebody said, "You guys have John Schallert," and they were very impressed. They said he's a very good speaker. He's been trying to get into Nebraska, and he has great reviews, and so his topic will be Mom and Pop on Top, how to be small but play large. So I'm really happy that he has come on board with us, and I wanted to read a little bit about him and his bio. If we read his session here, his session takes small business owners through the series of realizations. He illustrates how large Fortune 100 companies are now repositioning themselves as small companies in their marketing, and how consumers of today enjoy spending money with independently owned mom and pop businesses. He'll also show audience members the critical mistakes that most mom and pops make when trying to protect their uniqueness, their customer service differences, and their product advantages in their marketing and advertising. A little bit about John is he is an internationally recognized professional speaker and business consultant specializing in teaching businesses how to turn themselves into consumer destinations. John speaks to thousands annually on his proprietary 14-step destination process. After years of maintaining this schedule, annually conducting thousands of on-site consultations and studying the most successful small business owners, John developed his proprietary 14-step process that he teaches today. Last week, I was in conversation with him, and he was doing a boot camp. And so he does a boot camp in Denver, and I talked to somebody, and they said we'll probably hear a lot of examples from Kansas, because there was a Kansas community that sent close to 15 to 20 of their businesses to his boot camp. And so it'll be really interesting to see what he has to tell us. Also on Wednesday, this is a session, it's a breakout session. This is called A Taste of Success, Creating Wine and Beer Tasting Events. So here's how to incorporate having wine or beer at your event. The presenter will be Nathan Holt and Lori Paulson. Lori happens to be with the Nebraska Winery. Her title is Executive Director of Nebraska Winery and Grape Growers Association. Nathan happens to be a new brewery owner located in Hastings, Nebraska, and his brewery is called First Street Brewing Company. So I think whether you're going to do wine or beer, they're talking about having an event. I think that would be some really good information on how to do some of that and have a great event yourself. Now this is John Heaston. This is, I'm assuming, a caricature of him, but he is going to be telling us about how to get found on Google and other critical digital strategies. He is, I'm going to find him here. He's out of Omaha. I believe he works for The Reader. He is a publisher and editor of Pioneer Publishing, a group of media channels, among them publications including The Reader and Alternative Metropolitan News Monthly, and a bilingual news weekly and active websites. So he is very well versed on introducing digital marketing services to metropolitan news weeklies around the country. I would encourage you to probably go online and check out, I think it's thereader.com. I don't think that's up there. But if we read here what he will be speaking on, with hundreds of successful campaigns under his belt, Pioneer Media shares lessons learned in 2016 and where digital marketing is taking us in the last half of the year and beyond. Get found on Google search and maps. It's always good to know so that you are found when people Google in, or you come up when they're Googling something else. Get ranked in the local stack, citations, directories, reviews, and website signals. getting ranked organically and converting, content, advanced search engine optimization, which is SEO and conversions, and also integrated digital marketing, how search engine marketing, SEM, and digital advertising, including programmatic, micro proximity, and IP targeting and email marketing work with organic search. So I think you'll probably learn a lot of things there if you sit in his session. Ron Shallard is also doing another breakout session for us. It will be called Turning Any Business into a Consumer Destination. And so I've already done rave reviews on him, so I'm really thinking this will also be a good session. This is his most requested session that he does. It's continually changed and updated every year. You will leave with a new understanding of John's destination business strategies and tactics. And you'll understand why location is no longer matters for independent business success, and why waiting for Big Brother to reinvent a marketplace fails the majority of the time. So if you attend this session, you're going to go away with understanding the importance of reinventing your business in order to create the most successful consumer-oriented business. Dennis Franczak, Karen Clausen saw him speak at DMAI, which is Destination Marketing Association International in Minneapolis this last year. And so we got him to speak with us, and his session will be called Breaking Through the Chaos, Marketing Your Destination to Stand Out and Get Noticed. His session will be with the rapid evolution of consumer behavior and how they consume media. It's becoming more important than ever to market your destination in new and innovative ways. You need to stay up with the changes on technology all the time. I'm going to find his bio here. I'll tell you a little bit more about him. He is the founder of Fuse Ideas. And if you go to fuseideas.com, that is his website. And it's one of the leading advertising agencies in the country. He has over 20 years of business, 15 of which have been dedicated to marketing, interactive strategy, advertising, and public relations. He has won numerous awards. He's viewed as an innovative strategist who helps clients understand consumer behavior and how to brand their products and services across multiple platforms. So this will be a great marketing session if you would like to sit in with that. Then we're going to have lunch, and here are our lunch speakers in a general session. This is going to be fun to listen to and very interesting. We have Reagan Anson. She is the executive director for Nebraska 150 celebration, and Nebraska turns 150 years next year. She will be telling us about all the promotions that will be taking place and any that we can participate in or coordinate our activity efforts with. A little bit about her. She's responsible for leading the overall strategic and operational plan for the N150 celebration, its personal programs and projects. Along with her, we are bringing in Daryl Barr. Daryl Barr comes from Indianola, Iowa, and he is an avid eclipse chaser. I'm going to say chaser. He's very passionate about what he does. And I think he's already been out to Western Nebraska to talk to a few areas about the eclipse that's coming. But he is going to talk about what is actually going to take place, and then also activities, and tell us how to be receptive for when people do come in. And I know there are already lodging getting booked for this event. This event, when the eclipse happens, the moon will travel a 70-mile wide highway of darkness across the state of Nebraska from the southeast angle to the northwest angle, and this will happen on August 21st of 2017. If you have any questions on what is taking place in your area, our contact who is working on this is Alex Durier, and you can find him in the contact information on our website as well. And Alex Durier is his name. So that will be interesting. They will be talking to us over the lunch hour, and we chose this as a general session since it possibly affects all of us. All right, then we will go into a session, and this is David Webster. David Webster comes to us from the East Coast, And he, I didn't realize this, but after he sent me his information, he is actually a 2-time Emmy Award winner, which is kind of exciting. But he is coordinating his efforts here. He has never been here through Nebraska with our agency that we picked him up through in Central City. But he will be talking about mastering hospitality communication, and he gets rave reviews. And he actually has other countries that will bring him in to speak to them. And so he sounds very high energy, very exciting, very passionate, and he will be reading a little bit here. He has 30 years of hospitality in the hospitality, corporate, and entertainment industry, which has provided him insight and communication skills to develop the world's most effective method for connecting with others and directing their thoughts and feelings towards successful results. So I think he's going to be very exciting. So if you have an opportunity and you can sit in and listen to him, he's going to be talking about hospitality communication. Then we have a breakout session backed by popular demand. Our survey results really wanted us to bring Bruce Early back. Bruce Early also is coming out of the Front Range. It seems like this year we pulled out several speakers from the Front Range, which is kind of nice, especially since we're out in Gering. But Bruce will be coming back and talking about creating compelling sponsorship offers. And so he sounds very well versed in this. And so on this session, he'll be talking about where do you go to find potential sponsors and what sort of information will have the greatest impact on gaining a potential sponsor's interest and securing a yes to sponsor your event. And so this is probably one I should sit in since we just got sponsors for this conference. And anyway, so if that's something that you might need because you were always looking for sponsors, this would be a great one to sit in and do some development work on that end. Now Amanda Barker, you've probably seen her face on this screen before. Amanda is our former Passport director, and she has taken on the Passport program and also the Tourism Serves program, which formerly was Tourism Cares. And she handled that because she is passionate about volunteerism. And so we asked her to come and speak about volunteerism and maybe she'll probably touch a little bit about our volunteer Tourism Serves program, which is now overseen by Aaron Worth. But she will talk about volunteers, how you can harness them, get them, what's the best way to work with them, and so how to incorporate that into your own professional life too for an enriching collaborative industry is what she has there. So I think that will be a fun and informative session as well. So her title is Volunteerism in Nebraska, Impact on Tourism and Communities. Now Chris Hobbs is actually works above us in the same office building that we do, and we have asked him to come and do cybersecurity. Cybersecurity isn't just for businesses, but it's for everybody. And Chris is absolutely passionate about cybersecurity. And so I think no matter from if you haven't upgraded your Windows XP or Windows, why you need to upgrade, what you should and shouldn't be doing, is it okay if I click on that? He'll cover all the bases. I anticipate having lots of questions for him. And he just gave a conference here in Lincoln that had to do with cybersecurity. And so his is, I asked him to tailor it to the businesses. And so I think we're going to find some really good things in there. And he says, in this presentation, we'll focus on concepts and techniques you can use to help protect your business and personal data from hackers, thieves, and hacktivists. You will explore where you can turn to for help in the event your organization becomes compromised. And so I would think as you go from now until the conference, and if you sit in his session, and I know he's going to be around to answer questions later also, but bring your questions that you have in your normal day of work, because I think we all do. Where do you keep your passports? How encrypted should they be? The whole shebangs. So write them down and bring them, and I'm sure that he will be happy, more than happy to have you answer them. Okay, and then another breakout session is Bruce Early. We're having him do another session. This one is about sponsor service that assures success this year and next. And once you've secured your sponsor, his first session is how to get them. And this one is not that you have them, how are you going to retain them and keep them happy so they come back year to year? And so we'll probably sit in this one too to make sure that all of our sponsors want to come back and join in with us next year as well. But this is very good because this is what makes your event a success, to have sponsors behind you. So Bruce is out of the Front Range as well. Berkeley Young, I went to a conference. I was able to meet Berkeley Young. He also spoke at DMAI, which is the conference in Minneapolis. And then I saw him at ESTO, which is the national conference. And he will do a session on do-it-yourself research and planning. And so you know that when you are having an event, you need to do your research for marketing, to know that you are going to be pulling in the right people and you're advertising the right media. And how and what does that research look like? How is it going to impact your community? And so he has a background of research. And he is a busy man. Every time I've called him, he is just getting off of a plane. He is the president of Young Strategies. You can find his website online at youngstrategies.com. He's out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and he conducts customized research and planning for destination marketing organizations. So he's going to be right on target. He has hands-on experience running a CDB and DMO, and managing a golf resort community gives him a unique edge when analyzing research data. So he's worked with many different states and many different destinations. He was actually, when I called him last week, he was going to Kansas. I know he's been working with somebody in Omaha, and so he will be at least familiar with our area and familiar with some of our local destinations, DMOs. Says he is a highly rated speaker in the travel industry and is known for his clever approach when explaining even the most complicated data and trends. So don't think this will be over your head, because when we ask for your marketing grants, we ask you to provide what research that you have done for the grant, and so you might be able to get some good tips from Berkeley. Now this session will take place at the Legacy of the Great Plains Museum. It's called The Care and Feeding of Exhibit Geeks. And this is William Biff Baird. This was the individual who just was instrumental in the re-implementation of the design of the museum. And we will be going out to this museum for an event Wednesday evening, but this session will be held there prior to the event. So if you are in an attraction where you need to do better displays or want to make your presentation more interesting, this would be a great session for you. William has quite a background in this, and this will be an informal, audience-driven discussion, and I believe that you will probably be walking through the museum. However, we all will have the opportunity later. But if you would like to visit with him about what he and why he has chosen to display the museum as he did, it'll be a great session. We were out there for the Tourism Serves in March sometime. I'm not remembering the exact month, but we went out to Gering to the Rubadoo Fort. And we did get to go in the museum, and we could see it was all torn up, ready to be put together. And so it'll be really awesome to go back and see how he's laid it all out and what his strategy is behind that. He has a fun bio here. It says after working as a professional ski patroller for 15 years, he began his career in interpretation planning and writing more than 20 years ago. He's co-authored 4 children's books about national parks and published research in the academic journal Leisure Sciences. He has served as creative director and project manager for dozens of interpretive media projects ranging from visitor centers and museums to waysides and brochures. So this will be a really interesting session. There will be buses. We'll probably have a bus there, actually we will, to take you out to the museum. All right, so those people who didn't go to Williams Baird's session, we will be boarding a bus, and we will be going out to the Legacy of the Plains Museum, and we will be treated to a farm-to-table reception hosted by the Gering Convention and Visitors Bureau. This is our official welcome to Gering for the 2016 Nebraska Travel Conference, and it'll be a casual evening. So come prepared for that, because if you look through here, it looks like we're going to have some fun. There are horse-drawn carriage rides, hayrick rides, and it looks like some s'mores by the campfire. And this museum is located right underneath the Scotts Bluff National Monument. So it's going to be beautiful. It'll be a great evening. We will get to have our reception in the museum itself. And so what they have planned is they wanted to let us taste the culture out there. And so we will probably have an opportunity to sample different types of food. And so looking forward to this. They're very excited about this, and so are we. So that encompasses Wednesday. Wednesday is a full day of breakout sessions, keynote speakers, lots of activities, lots of networking. And so that takes us into Thursday. And Thursday is the day that we have changed up this year. We were not going to have a full day. We're going to go to a half a day. And instead of an awards banquet in the evening, we will be doing a Celebrate Nebraska Luncheon Awards lunch, where we will do our Industry Frontline and Henry Fonda Award. And so this will tell us about Thursday as we continue here. So Thursday we're going to open up with a general session. We might have you get out of bed just a hair earlier, but we wanted to include Guillermo Mezier, and if you can't say his name, he goes by G. So if you want to visit with him, he probably is accustomed to that. But his session is titled Mixing Business with Pleasure, How DMOs and EDOs Realize Ultimate Community Vitality. And so at a time when economic development organizations and tourism organizations need to work together to make the best collaboration bang for their community or their event, this is what he will be talking about. So I'm kind of interested to look at this because it pertains to businesses, and everyone knows here in Nebraska that businesses are the heart of our tourism industries. So he will be learn how destinations economic development organizations are breaking down silos to achieve true cross-section collaboration. We will be learning how to craft marketing campaigns that drive awareness, advocacy, consideration, and conversion. We will also measure important tourism metrics to raise the profile of tourism as an economic engine, especially in the state of Nebraska. And we will learn the 5 strategies to leverage tourism marketing. And recently, the governor held the governor's forum on. They brought in a specialist who then had open hall sessions where people were able to talk about what Nebraska needs, and one of them was how important it is for the economic development organizations to understand how important the tourism industry is. And so that really drives the businesses, and it drives a lot of what people look for in our state. And so I think this will be a great session. I'm looking forward to it. Guillermo is actually out of the Front Range as well. He owns Atlas Advertising, and he has just written a white paper that is out on this very same topic. It's brand new, and they were very excited because we do have a representative that is with Community Systems here in Lincoln, Nebraska, that represents them. They're very excited that we are going to be one of their first presenters, and they felt this would be a great opportunity and time for Nebraska to jump on board and be one of the first to lead the way with this. So anyway, very, very exciting. Okay, then we'll continue in a general session, and we will have an update from the Nebraska Tourism Commission Marketing Department. As on your screen, you can see Angela Sears. She is the Nebraska Tourism Commission Marketing Director. She'll give an update on the plans and strategy for Nebraska tourism. Also presenting with her is our own Jen Jurdy. She is also Nebraska Tourism Commission Public Information Officer. She is actually who you will send your emails to today, if you send one in. Down below is Abby Johnson. She's our Bailey Lowerman VP Director of Client Engagement. We are with Bailey Lowerman, and they will do an update on what our advertising mission is with them over the next year. And then representing Swanson Russell, who is our PR agency, will be Debbie Geiger. Debbie Geiger owns Geiger and Associates. She oversees our media tours and will give us an update on that. So looking forward to that. This will be a good session to sit in also. Then we will have a keynote, and this is David Webster again. He's very excited to present this, and it sounds like he just gets rave reviews for this. It's how to flip a complaining customer. And so I think this will be a little bit of participation in this session. He's asked attendees to participate as he reveals the exact steps in his method for changing a complaining person to a satisfied customer. And so I think that we all could benefit from this. We all meet people who have gotten up on the wrong side of the bed, or for some reason feel like they need a little bit more special attention. And so with his little strategy, it'll be really interesting to apply, and it will be fun to take back and apply it immediately in your business. So that is our keynote. And this takes us right into the Celebrate Nebraska Awards Luncheon. And this awards luncheon will start at noon. We've allotted 2 hours for it. We will be treated to a fabulous lunch by the Gering Civic Center. They're very excited, and they're very well known for their food. So I'm anxious to try their tasty meal out. We will do the awarding of the Nebraska Tourism Industry, the Frontline Awards, and the prestigious Henry Fonda Award. Now, none of this would be possible without our sponsors. Our sponsors are so important to us, and this is the first conference that I planned for the Nebraska Tourism Conference, and it's just can't thank you enough, because I used to do this in my job. I used to do development associate work, and it's fabulous. So here are our top sponsors. They are at the homesteader level. It's the Nebraska Game and Parks, and then also our Gering Convention and Visitors Bureau. Thank you so much. Our next level of sponsorship is the Pioneer level, and we have AAA Living and Meredith and Midwest Living, and also Nebraska Life Magazine. When you see these sponsors at the conference, a lot of them will have a booth. We would like you to go visit them, find out what they have to offer. Things change every year. We will also be giving you a type of a bingo card where you will have your sponsors sign it. And then once you get that signed, then you can throw that in our basket, and we will have a drawing later for our free registration for next year's conference at La Vista. This slide shows the Explorer level, which is Sarpy County. Sarpy County will be our host next year, and if you do host, you do get the level of Explorer for as a participant in the sponsorship level. And the Nebraska Travel Association. Coming in at Fur Trader, our sponsors are NET, Nebraska Educational and Television, Kearney Convention and Visitors Bureau, North Platte, Lincoln County Visitors Bureau, Omaha World Herald, Malley Marketing, Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau, Fuse Ideas, Western Nebraska Tourism Coalition. And then at SOAR, the level, we have Nebraska Lottery, Midwest Meetings, True West Magazine, Norfolk Convention and Visitors Bureau, South Sioux City Visitors Bureau, CTM Media Group, York County Visitors Bureau, Certified Folder Display, Nano Nation, Columbus Platte County Convention and Visitors Bureau, American Road Magazine. So thank you to all of our sponsors, and please do visit them at the conference. You can still register to attend until next Wednesday, October 12th. Here are the two individuals, myself and Karen Collars, who have put the conference together with our great host, Gering Convention and Visitors Bureau out there in Gering. But this is the link that will take you to find out more about the conference itself, the agenda, and they will also have a registration on there. If you're watching and you would still like to become a sponsor, there is also a sponsor link. To the left there you will receive a notebook when you go, and that is the cover of beautiful Gering that's standing on top of Scottsbluff Monument looking down onto Gering and Scottsbluff. And so if you have time, that would be a great excursion to go up there as well. Our contact information is located under our pictures. Also wanted to list who our current Nebraska Tourism Commissioners are, and at the last Commissioners meeting there was a change of guard, and Deb Losky is now the Commission Chair. The Commission Vice Chair is Roger Kuhn. Commission Treasurer is Lisa Burke, and Commission Past Chair is John Chapo. The 5 other names are listed there are Commissioners Jeff Boke, Roger Jasnock, Tony Moody, Carol Slagle, and Roger Dixon. This is our host, Gering Convention and Visitors Bureau. There's no way we could have done this without her. And that is a picture of Carla I took at the Rubadoo Fort when we went out there for our community or tourism serves. And this is Carla removing cheeking from the fort. She's a great host, and Karen and I have so enjoyed working with her. She's very organized. We want to extend her a big thank you to her and her volunteers who will be helping at the conference. Also the Gering Civic Center and their staff. We can look forward to great meals from them. The facility is very nice, and so I think you will enjoy your time there. We also want to thank the Conference Planning Committee for all their help, advice, suggestions. I want to thank the Legacy of the Plains Museum for hosting part of the conference, and also the Monument Inn and Suites, Hampton Inn, and Super 8. And hopefully you are located in one of those where you're staying. The Monument Inn and Suites will also be the locate of the networking zone after hours. That will probably be around 9 o'clock, and it's on the first floor. When you walk in from the east, head to the right. That is where the hospitality room will be. So anyway, thank you so much, Gary. So, any more information? There's the link again. Get this on your calendar, October 18th through the 20th, Gering Civic Center. And really seriously hope to see you there. If you do have any questions, now would be the time to email them, or if you have already, we'll ask Jen if she has any questions that have come in.
I do have a few questions for you, Lisa. Just one moment here.
Okay.
The first one is from the Gering Scottsbluff area. Just says, I can only attend one day of the conference. Do I have to pay for the whole thing? How does that work?
Okay, thanks for asking. No, we have split that up, so if you don't want or can't attend, we have several speakers and also attendees that are coming in and out. And so if you want to just attend for a certain amount, it's available. If you would go online, go to visitnebraska.com/industry, pull up the conference information, scroll down to the bottom, and there are several attachments there, and it has the registration form on that, and it will split out what you would get. You can attend the whole conference, you can attend Thursday, you can attend Tuesday through Thursday, and so it will designate it there. I don't have it in front of me right now, but they can find it online.
And you touched on this second question, but someone in Omaha, can we still become a conference sponsor? How long will you be accepting sponsors?
You can become a conference sponsor at any time. If you want to make the notebook, the website, the sponsorship board, I need it today. We're going to print. We are actually proofing the notebook this afternoon and tomorrow. And so because of layout, depending on what kind of sponsorship layout or level you choose, you possibly might get an ad. And so if you are interested, send me an email or give me a call right away. And my phone number is 402-471-3767. That's my office desk, so when I get back, I can always call you back.
I think this is one last question unless somebody gets one in, and it was just about off-site hotels. Will there be any shuttles services or anything?
Yes, there will. From the Hampton Inn, there will be buses going, and I'm not sure, I'm sure they are from Super 8 too. I'm not sure how many have registered there. I haven't spoken to them recently, but Carla's coordinating that at the Gering CVB, and she's planning to have 2 pickups at each lodging in the morning, and then there will be shuttles going back as well. So yeah, we did that, take that into consideration, and that makes me think of one more thing. We do have an individual flying in. If you do happen to fly in, let Carla know, and we are going to coordinate a volunteer or a staff, Nebraska Tourism staff person to pick you up and get you where you need to go. So.
And I
good
did
question.
just get one more from Boys Town. Any plans for coordinating those interested in carpooling from eastern Nebraska to western Nebraska?
There is a carpooling list that is available. I just have it, and when I get somebody, I just add them to the list and send it out to everybody again. And so if you are interested in carpooling, let me know. We do have some that are carpooling just from that list, and so it's possible they might have another seat available in their bus.
I did just get one more once again.
Okay, good. I'm so glad you're asking questions, because there's some of this I forgot to mention, so very good.
And this is probably not something you can answer, Lisa, but if you know, when will people be notified if they got scholarships for the conference?
If they're talking about the Western Nebraska Tourism,
There's a few
I
different
think
ones.
those are not decided until October 9th. I just had a conversation on those this morning. And so those, I can't announce them myself, but they will announce them, but I don't think that they're gonna be determined until October 9th, which is Sunday. So. All right, so anyway, any other questions you have later, send Jen or myself an email. And my email is lisa.karnatz, it's KARNATZ @nebraska.gov. We'd be happy to answer them for you. Looking forward to seeing you at the conference.